just keep running, but I don't know where to go. Been knocked down before, face first onto the floor, but here I lay still. I just keep stumbling down the wrong fork in the road. Misshaped memories, wish these were gone from me, but here I think still. So please believe me when I say that I'm sorry. I say that I'm sorry. Please believe me when I say that it's over. I say that I'm not looking back. I just keep running, but I don't know where to go. Been knocked down before, face first onto the floor, but here I lay still. So please believe me when I say that I'm sorry. I say that I'm sorry. Please believe me when I say that I'm sorry. I say that I'm not looking back. So please believe me when I say that I'm sorry. I say that I'm sorry. Please believe me when I say that it's over. I say that I'm not looking back. Please believe me when I say that I'm sorry. I say that I'm sorry. Please believe me when I say that it's over. I say that I'm not looking back.
That is song number 3 on today's Music Scene Investigation. We're going to go over to the two gentlemen in London, Mr. John Schroeder and Ian Husbands, to find out what they thought. Gentlemen?
Fighting for it.
Okay.
Go on, you go for it. You win. You win.
For me, that is the most interesting one out of them, what I've heard. It seems to hold together better than most. I like the lead vocal. I have my certain doubts about the arrangement. I think I would rearrange it a little bit more sympathetically to the feeling of the song. I think it's almost sort of passed off as just another track. I think more could be made of it. But I do like the guy's vocal. I like the, the closeness and of the message of the song. Yeah, I would change the arrangement of it. If I was going to record that song with him, I would redo it in a slightly more together fashion. But overall, pleasant listening again. Again, it comes across as being pleasant, unfortunately, not strong enough to hold my attention and say, wow, great track, fantastic. And also, where does it sit in today's marketplace? I think it's got a problem of finding a place in today's marketplace for the type of music that generally is around all over the place today. But for all that, it's quite a fairly commendable track.
All right, I appreciate that, John. Ian?
Yeah, the guy's vocal is fantastic. What a great voice. But he's singing over this kind of almost country, typical country mix. Acoustic guitar, piano, bass, bit of organ in there, drums. When his voice is from my mind in today's market, hitting that sort of more John Legend feel.
Needs a different arrangement.
Yeah, totally different production and arrangement. I would have gone with a much more modern contemporary sound, put some synths in there, maybe even some beats in there. It's a really nice track. It's a strong song. I mean, taking aside that, I mean, what you've got here, the acoustic guitar sound, again, was toppy, it was metallic, it sounds like it's been DI'd once and just shoved in the middle. If you're recording an acoustic guitar track, do yourself a favour, record one DI and record 1 or 2 live takes of the same take. So you're recording 3 tracks at the same time and mix them together, blend them together across the pans, and you'll get a much nicer sound. I could go into that in a bit more detail, but generally that's how I do it. On the drums, there was the toms were really annoying me. It was just dum-dum in certain areas, and they were loud and they were strong and they were low and bold, but they just stuck out the rest of the track because the rest of the track wasn't like that. And there was an organ in there, a Hammedy's type sound, and it just got pushed to the back of the mix, and I heard it out the end of the break where it went into the vocal and the guitar only. And
it fell apart at the end, didn't
it just the ending meandered on.
Yeah, meandered on. Yeah.
You could have cut a minute off that track and made it a lot more commercial from that point of view. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Overall, there's some good performances there. The lead guitar was good, but the tone was piercing at places where we hit some of the higher notes. It just was just ripping through my ears and making me wince. Maybe I should turn it down, you say, but maybe you should EQ the guitar, right? And it wouldn't have to do that anyway. I mean, the guy's voice is shining on this. I think there is a good song here. I think lyrically it was okay. Again, you could maybe revisit a few of the words and rewrite, edit that a little bit. But production, it just seems wrong for that vocal.
All right, Ian, thank you very much. And Tommy, what do you think of track number 3?
I think it's Britain 2, the US 1. I agree with them. I love the guy's vocal. Could have pushed himself a bit more. This was a little hookier. It was a little bit better produced, but again, there's a weakness throughout where it doesn't stand on its own and make a statement. Each piece is interdependent upon each other in a mix, and these don't form something greater than the sum total of its parts. And I liked it. It's hookier than the other one. I think I would have gone a little heavier with the production. There was something else in there.
It'll come to you.
And probably next week. Overall, I liked it. I like the gentle ballady feel of it. I just think the guitars could be arranged better. Acoustic guitar, again, there are more better ways to bring a guitar out in the mix than make it twang. You want the clarity of the top end, but if you do a nice stereo miking job, and don't forget there's a thing called compression, where you can give it a full body and tame it. And all these songs had trouble with the acoustics. And the acoustic instrument is hard to get nailed down, and especially if you don't have the time or the experience necessary. Bass was passable. Backgrounds.
Yes, they were really low. I was going to say that.
They were non-existent to me. It needed there were places for beautiful harmonies throughout, and I think that would have helped filled it out. It seemed a little empty and lacking of something, and I think a stronger backing parts coming in and out would have done it much better, and approach it again from a different style. These all sound like they come from singer-songwriters. Well, this is the way I wrote it. This is the way we play. We just add some drums and guitar and that's it. Not much thought has been going into, little strings, a little extra percussion, spicing it up a bit, tweaking it up a bit. I'm being hard on this track because I liked it. I think I liked it the most, and I think it really, should go back in. Add some synth strings, or God forbid you have a budget, real strings, and it come from a different angle that, I wrote it just me and the guitar. Think of it as a full production, not just a simple, okay, I wrote it, it's my song, I'm going to shine. Everybody needs to shine. It's a little disjointed. Oh. But as I said, I liked it the best out of the three.
Gotcha. All right, Tommy, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. The name of that track for everybody is called When I Say by Clay Jagod1. Clay Jagod1, we appreciate your sending that track in to Music Scene Investigation. I want to remind everybody, as our panelists are determining a Song of the Week, it's your chance to let us know what you think. Be a witness on today's show. There's a button out to the sidebar of the video page on MusicSceneInvestigation.com which says just that. Click that button, you'll be taken to the polls, and we'd like to hear what you have to say about today's musical selections. All right, gentlemen, I'm going to turn it over to you guys to make a determination on the whole Song of the Week selection process. What do you say, guys?
Well, I've already, put my mouth in my foot.
It's the first time for everything, Tom.
Yeah.
So you're going song number 3, right?
Yeah.
Over to you. Go on, as my guest, John.
I don't think there's any question about it. It's song number 3 to me is the most together track out of the 3 of them.
Then I know I agree in full. I mean, song number 3 is potentially a good song. Pay attention to that arrangement.
Yeah.
So that is probably the quickest Song of the Week discussion we've ever had, with song number week being selected as "When I Say" by Clay Jagod1, and I can't really pronounce Clay's full name, so I'll put it up on the site if I get the chance, which I will. So you'll be able to see it there. But Clay, congratulations on "When I Say." All right, gentlemen. John, appreciate you being with us today. Always a pleasure to have you sit on our panel, sir.
I love it, yes. Yes, anytime. My pleasure.
Well,
He gets a chair here and a drink and everything.
Yeah.
there you go. You can't beat that.
I
I
know.
mean, yeah.
No, I can't. No, I can't.
Well, again,
It's,
How many shows do you actually get to broadcast from the green room?
That's right. My lovely green room.
Yeah, no, it's a real pleasure being here to talk to you guys again. It's nice to talk about music and the world of music. It's always fascinating. And
Guns.
Yeah.
music
Yeah,
and-
gun, yeah. Oh,
we'll leave that as it is. But thank you very much, John. Ian, as always, thank you as well. And Tommy, we want to thank you too. And everybody in our audience, we'd like to thank you for tuning in with us. And we'd like to invite you back again next week on Music Scene Investigation. We certainly hope to see you then. Until then, we want to remind you that every Wednesday you can tune into Indie Inquest Live on Music Scene Investigation, our radio site. In fact, you have a little button up there on the page which will take you to it right now. You can listen to songs from the broadcast 24/7 there. And reminding you that on Wednesdays, 5:30 p.m., 10:30 p.m., GMT, you'll be able to hear Indie Inquest, where we bring you music news and software picks, and you'll even get to hear my selection out of the 3 you've heard today. What one did I like best? Well, you'll have to tune in to Indie Inquest to find out. For now, we're going to leave it at that. We're going to play out with Clay Jagodzinski, When I Say, on Music Scene Investigation. Thanks for being with us, everyone. Talk to you again next time.